Now, if you haven't heard of esports yet, don't start beating yourself up. It's a big boom industry overseas, but it's still kind of getting on its feet here in Australia. What is it, is probably what you're asking yourself. I mean, you could describe it as professional video gaming. You got to think team against team, intense gaming competitions with spectators absolutely packed to the rafters cheering everything on. Now, globally, esports is tipped to reach $1 billion in revenue by 2019, billion with a B, but it already has a huge following. In fact, an estimated 67 million people are playing esports game League of Legends each month, and that's just one of the games in the esports world. Now, Nathan Mott joins me in the studio. He's the founder and CEO of local esports team, the LG Dire Wolves. And on the phone, I've got Daniel Ringland. He's the head of esports at Riot Games, the creators of League of Legends. Daniel, good morning.
Morning, Nick. How's it going?
Good, thank you. And Nathan, good morning.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Oh, look. Well, Daniel, straight over to you first. 67 million people a month playing League of Legends. That, to me, is just ridiculous.
Yeah, and I might actually update that number. I believe in October or something last year, Riot updated the figures, and it's actually over 100 million active monthly players now.
That is absolutely amazing. And, of course, this is the game you play?
Yep. So our team competes in the Pro League for Oceania for this game, and we're currently the number one team heading into the grand final next Sunday, Easter Sunday, actually. So yeah.
Well, give us an idea of what a game actually looks like. It's two teams competing. How many people in the team?
Yep. So there's 5 people in each team, and our team, we also have coaching staff as well. So I'm the team manager as well. And we also have a coach, analyst, support structure like around the team. But the actual in-game is the 5 players versus the other 5. And
how long does the game go for?
Anywhere between 20 to 40 minutes. Average game time is about 30 minutes. So you're looking at it's also over a best of 3 series. So you're looking at maybe max 3 hours for like an actual full game. So
wow, that's a long time to be head in the game, actually competing on that sort of level.
Yeah. I mean, and also the practice that we do outside of the actual real games, we're looking at 9 hours a day of actually trying to replicate and simulate those sets. So it's long periods of time of focusing and 10, 20 minute breaks in between. So yeah, it's very intense.
Very, very intense. And Daniel, I know that Riot has spent a lot of time perfecting the way that spectators can get a lot out of this as well.
Yeah. With so many people playing and wanting to watch the professionals play the game, it's really important that we provide a great spectator experience. And the same as when you turn on Channel 9 or Fox Sports and you want to watch some rugby league, you really need to feel like you're part of the action. You need to see what's going on, and you need commentators to explain what's going on to you. You want to see stats for the best players and the score and all that sort of information. We've built all of that around League of Legends as well. So it's really become a spectator sport that you can sit back and watch in the lounge room and discuss with your mates as the game unfolds.
And I think, correct me if I'm wrong, the commentators are called shoutcasters?
Yes, indeed. They are the same thing as commentators, but we call them shoutcasters. So you'll typically have what they call the play-by-play, and that guy will talk fast and he'll talk loud and he'll say what he sees. And then you'll have the color caster come on who will give you a bit more analysis about why the player made the decision he did, perhaps what he suspects will come up next, and then it'll go back to the guy who talks fast and loud.
Now, it's not just people watching in the lounge room either. These games have actually been in stadiums for people to watch, haven't they?
Yeah, absolutely. We've had 2 stadium events here in Oceania. The first one we did was at Luna Park in 2015 at the Big Top there, and we sold that venue out. And then last year we went up to the Korea Mail Piazza in Brisbane, and we sold that venue out as well. Actually, I should mention in 2015 we also had an international event where teams from 7 other countries flew down, and that was played in the Margaret Court Arena.
Wow. Nathan, when you're playing, I mean, are you thinking of the spectators as well, or is you just head down in the actual game?
Yeah, well, I mean, on stage you use, soundproof headsets and stuff, and you're really focused on the screen, right? So, I mean, you obviously know that they're there when you got, a couple of thousand people cheering for you, but yeah, once you're just in the zone, it's you can block it out very easily and you're just completely focused on, winning the game.
And of course, this is really getting quite professional, isn't it? You've got sponsorship. I mean, you're the
Yep.
LG Dire Wolves.
Yep.
I imagine you've got individual sponsors and companies just eager to have you using their gear.
Yeah. So LG is our title sponsor. Obviously LG Dire Wolves. So we have a team house in Pyrmont that LG supports, and there obviously we have our full setup, and that LG supports us with their monitors, high-end monitors, it really separates us from the rest. 144 hertz is sort of the type you want to. We're moving so fast, and there's so many actions down the screen. You need like a high-end monitor to actually keep up and sort of the edge against the other players in the teams, right? So that's important for us.
Yeah, okay. And Daniel, just a final question for you. Is this the sort of thing people can pick up and sort of spectate and understand easily, or do you think there's a huge learning curve?
So there is a bit of a barrier. It's not a huge one. So the way League of Legends works is the game's complexity scales with your knowledge of it. So Nathan there, he's sure the owner of the Dire Wolves now, but he hasn't mentioned he was once a professional player as well. So when he sits down to play, or when he's watching League of Legends, he's looking at different things. Somebody like me, who is quite the opposite of a professional player. However, I can still watch the game and enjoy it and know what's going on. I'm just paying attention to different details. But for somebody coming in fresh who hasn't seen it before, it can be quite confronting, and that's something we need to do a better job of, is helping people who are new to esports and new to the game, essentially get their head around it at the beginning, so it's not so intimidating.
Well, I could be speaking for anyone listening without their permission, but I reckon you might have a few people a bit interested now. Daniel, Nathan, thank you both very much for joining us on Breakfast this morning.
No worries. Thanks for having me.